more balanced half of the ball from us. Enjoy. Thank you.
All right, when you're ready, White.
Angus Cottrell in shot there, still sucking them in. We're back, off and running again at Ballymore as Liam Gill goes up and takes the restart cleanly. Frisbee, plenty of width on the pass there across to Reddy.
Leave it 8, you're off your feet.
They go to Jake McIntyre.
Hold White.
Frisbee goes without. Chestnut, the captain.
Advantage over.
Quality in the first half, made plenty of meters and does the same now early in the second. Hoskins can't hang on to it. Lolo Fifi hacks it through. Back to Lacey. Now across to Alcock. Karevi rides in across the park and then looks to dump in a touch, and Spirit do well to maintain possession here. Just as you say that, Ollie Hoskins loses it for the second time in 30-odd seconds. It's hot, it's fast, it's tough rugby. It's the NRC.
We just saw the first touch of Criff Tupu, older brother of Tongan Thor.
We need to get the height much better, okay? So come up for me.
Big Criff, member of the Brothers Club in Sydney.
So a slightly smaller gap, so the height comes up. Thank you.
Sorry, Brisbane.
Come forward.
I believe they went there because they liked the thought of brothers playing at Brothers. Is that what happened, Shawnee?
Yeah, 100%. Just
wow.
It was just a perfect fit.
Yeah, I like it.
Chris was whipping up scaffolds in mines to give Nella a hand, get him through school, Kate.
Big unit putting some weight on here, the blind side of this scrum, let me tell you.
Big units working OT in there.
Use it!
Higginbotham, that's a better peel from the back of the scrum. Karevi somehow hangs on. Initially it was all good, but then coming in was Hardwick. Got a shot on and forced the penalty.
The longest scrums must be zapping the players. I know it's only 3 minutes into the second half, but you find in the current laws of the scrum, the ball tends to sit in the middle, puts a lot more pressure. Scrums tend to go for a little bit longer.
Karevi hasn't probably had the impact in the game that we thought he might have. Carrying the ball strongly, but not dominating the collisions and the line breaks that we saw last season in the NRC, where he was the player of the tournament. Played very well for the Reds through Super Rugby. And here's an opportunity for the Perth Spirit. Their driving line-out's excellent.
Walton again. Brings it down for his team. Music's the call, so they peel and bang away inside as Heiberg. Hoskins makes the clean out, but it's ineffective, and Brisbane City hang tough. 5 out from their own line.
Liam Gill all over it. You don't want to, if you miss the clean out on Liam Gill, you're dead in the water. He's got that ball, did a great job, low body height. And quite a tall guy in some ways for an open side. Not the real squat guy, but very, very good over the ball. Look at him there. Just rode the clean-out Halsey, so good from a back rower.
Yeah, special place to do it as well. Took a lot of pressure off his own team. Both sides competing really hard at the breakdown.
Thomas, slapped down, falls into the hands of Higginbotham across to McIntyre. Short, sharp ball, and smash there was Karevi. Big shot coming in there from Cornelio. Force them back into their 22. Frisbee will box, kick. Out of trouble. Play will resume just over halfway. Nakoro goes back. That's a shallow kick off the boot of Nikora, kicking for himself, can't get it. Frisbee, nice take. Here is Criff Tupou. Here's McIntyre from in behind the ruck. It was touched too, so they're all onside irrespective. And it's going to fall for Kurandrani and McIntyre. Brisbane City will flood the breakdown and look to retain. McIntyre has it. It's a wrestle in there for the Peel, and Spirit get out of jail somehow. Defending with just the 14 here too, with the player down just over the halfway line. Alex Gibbon, he's had limited chances. Not a good carry though. Thomas, he's had plenty of and has made most of them too. Corey Thomas. Criff Tupou across the park on the hard line. There is Carmichael Hunt. Reloads to Gibbon. Gets the offload going as well. Great build-up. McIntyre that comes out the back. Play on. Gill offloads now. Excellent continuation of passes, and most of them silky. Carmichael Hunt trying to sneak his way past Walton.
You're on it, you let go and put your hands back on it, so it's a second attempt.
Hardwick, the man there, penalised.
Stay on it to win it. Time off, get a man down.
Well, Rod Kafer, I know you're one of the fittest Wallabies of all time, one of the fastest, certainly over 10. Are you exhausted just watching on from the sideline?
Unbeaten over 10, in fact, Shawnee, as you know, particularly after a couple of cold beers late at night. But it has some pace on it, this game. Genuinely has some pace. And it's been tight for both teams. Nick Stiles quite relevantly said at half-time they didn't want to play too much rugby. Need to probably find touch with their kicks, get the ball off the field, and maybe try to grind it with a little bit more experience, the Brisbane City side, and changes being made here.
That looks like Big Criff. That was a short little dabble. Maybe he was on for a blood bin. Hope to see him back out in the latter stages of the game. And don't forget, folks, foxsports.com.au is a place to be if you want to keep an eye on the remaining 3 games of the opening round of the 2015 Buildcorp National Rugby Championship. All games live streaming
Tight head.
through foxsports.com.au. And there's some crackerjack matches on the way this weekend too. We'll rattle through those details in a few moments. For now, we'll just let Brisbane City get set and see if they can edge further ahead against this dogged Perth Spirit team. Big shove coming.
Collapsing, tight head. I'm more conscious than that, yeah, but good point.
Nick Frisbee just putting a bit of heat on the referee. Nines aren't allowed. Opposition scrum halves aren't allowed to compete at the base of the scrum. Have to stay back in the middle of the scrum. That's one of the law variations.
Thank you.
Isn't it great to see Nick Frisbee and Liam Gill in a bit of a mow-off?
So you can't get behind him and him.
Yeah, it's not my preference to have one of those, Sean, but the guys that do it, they do it well, don't they?
Oh, it's
Come forward, Gold.
some classic manscaping goes into that kind of a tash.
Semantics, I want you forward though. I want a smaller gap, yeah.
Hey, Pick, that's always on that middle. Wait, Fridge, start playing X's. Yeah. Hey, boys, they're taking all their super players off, yeah?
Waterboy Cam, how good. Taking it into the mix throughout our Thursday night broadcast games here on Fox Sports. Waterboy Cam. Bobby
Boucher's finest out there.
H2O, that's
H2O.
some quality H2O. They'll need plenty of it. after exchanging some more scrums like these. Did you enjoy that?
It's great. Yeah, what a great look here. The tactics, obviously.
Oh, we just slipped.
Bobby Boucher often runs our tactics for the team. It's normally hit and stick, but he was out there with a few more instructions.
Did he ride his lawnmower here?
I think he did.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good track here at Ballymore, I must admit. The grass, tip-top condition. Thanks, Bobby, for your hard work on the mower through the course of the afternoon.
Crouch.
All right, here we go. Half an hour to run. Brisbane City up by 5, looking to extend as they pack it down 5 short of the pay zone. They keep it tight now. March, Higginbotham controls well, peels off to McIntyre on the switches. Karevi stops, goes, scores! Karevi! Too easy for a player of Samu Karevi's class.
We mentioned earlier, Rod, that he hadn't had a huge impact in the game, but give him one-on-one 5 metres out and not many are going to stop big Samu Karevi. Excellent job here by Scotty Higginbotham. The scrum had the momentum. I thought he could have kept it in a little bit longer, but he delivered from the base to Jake McIntyre, who drops Samu Karevi underneath him. And one-on-one, he's too big and too strong to stop from there.
As you know, as soon as you lose that little tight head lead, scrum has a tendency to go around that loose head side. Scotty Higginbotham, he did do well in the end, threw a nice pass from a scrum that was on the move. Samu Karevi, as you said, looks like he's at about 3/4 pace tonight. Did well, finished well.
McIntyre looking to have the additional 3 and draws it back in. Lovely shot on goal off the boot of Jake McIntyre. He converts Samu Karevi's try. It is Brisbane City 21, leading Perth Spirit 8.
It's such a tough tackle to make that one for the halfback. As we saw in the Bledisloe last weekend, similar play where the All Blacks dropped Marnono underneath, and it's a tough tackle for a halfback, especially on a guy that big and fast.
Back it comes off the restart to the visiting team, Perth Spirit. Now to Rory Walton. Lawrence. Alcock trying to slip past the tackle there of Talakai. Testman. Bill catches him and shuts him down. Has had a terrific night out, Testman. Got a hand in everything, and that's come forward. A lovely flick, and then McIntyre looked to find Kurandrani quickly. McIntyre trying to get back and give Frisbee some help, but we'll go back to the knock-on. Jake McIntyre, one of 13 players from the inaugural Buildcorp NRC to progress to Super Rugby level this year. Stephen Hoyle, so good to see that next generation coming through using this as a springboard.
With this Brisbane City side, there's a fair chance that 9, 10, 12 and 13 could be the red starting side for next year. So it's very important, you know, building platform for Super Rugby sides.
Oh, sorry, guys.
Frisbee sat behind Will Genia for 3 years. He gets the chance to take that number 9 jersey. McIntyre had a few games last year. And Carmichael Hunt will be 13 or 15.
This is a big push coming from Perth Spirit. They win the tight head. Great play. The Spirit now looking to hit back after Karevi's try. Walton. Down low was Higginbotham. Good numbers stacked on the short side, but now City get back and oh, mama! That had some sting into that one. Latey gets whacked. Stays with his team though as Paraka ambles back. It's loose, and now they tuck it. Short side Hardwick. 3 short. Pick and go in close from the Spirit. Lacey looking to go over the top. It's gone back. It's play on. It's all good for the Spirit for the moment. Driving. Look to be tackled. Reach it out. Went again. We're going to have a look.
Time off.
It's a replacement
Do you have
prop.
anything, Damo?
I think it's
Melanie
Francois Van Wyk.
Try yes or no, please. See if he's ground on the line. Can I do this first and then we'll chat? Thanks.
He looks pretty confident. I'm not the best at calling these though, Sean. I actually called the first own try last year, so I'll leave this one to you.
You did call the first own try. Okay, what's your take from the camera 3 angle?
Well, I've got the great privilege of sitting next to our TMO tonight as he's delicately watching the screen. Hard to tell.
He looked to be stopped short. And it's all a little bit messy there. Looked to lose a handle on the ball there. I don't think there's any doubt about that. It's a big arm. And it looks
Yeah, Melanie? Yep. So, no try, so scrum to white? Or are you saying, yeah, okay, scrum, right. No try, scrum white.
Spot on call there.
Yeah, I agree.
Was a little bit short. Couldn't quite get there. Ball doesn't come out. Attacking team going forward. Spirit get an opportunity.
Yeah.
Their last scrum was a humdinger. As we get a look at our games to come across the weekend.
Yep, let's go, guys.
North Harbour Race take on Sydney Stars. The first 200 kids into the ground at Manly Oval on Saturday will get a North Harbour Race shirt free of charge. It will be live streaming on foxsports.com.au. Then the Greater Sydney Rams against last year's semi-finalists, New South Wales Country Eagles. And then it's the Horan Little Shield on offer between Queensland Country and Melbourne Rising on Sunday afternoon. We'll talk a little bit more about that after we get clear of this scrum. Will it be a try to the Spirit or can Brisbane City hang on? Crash ball in tight coming there from Lacey.
Ball was out.
Higginbotham's over the top. Pops some tap from Tessman. Here he goes again, Van Wyk. Bang, short, Van Wyk again. Lawrence, build up of pressure, will bring points, maybe, no. Unbelievable try-line defence on the first occasion, not so the second. The Spirit make it count.
Yeah, so...
And it looks like Cottrell,
because we're in the field of play,
has the try.
And you did, so thank you. Try. Well, he's got the try.
Angus Cottrell.
Yeah, great build-up here. Spirit so close there, you'd think for all money that's a try. Great defence on their line, and it's just the weight of numbers.
Scored the try.
Just that little opportunity off to the edge. Good piece of defence. Oh, so close there in the carry. And then Cottrell's going to generate the ball out of the ruck. Last man at the ruck. Every right to pick it up. Slides over for a nice try, Halsey.
Always difficult to defend those. You probably get the impression that Cottrell's part of the ruck and the players look to either side of him and he sneaks through underneath their feet. Great defence from Alex Gibbon though. Brilliant tackle on the line, and I think Brisbane City felt they had that ball and they probably took their eye off it for a couple of seconds and Cottrell jumped over.
Ian Pryor looking to add the extras. The extras are on the board for Perth Spirit. And with 24 to run, it's a 5-point game. Brisbane City 21 leading Perth Spirit 16. Gee, they're a hard side to put away, the Perth Spirit. You think you got them on the rack and somehow they claw their way off it and give you a bit of a shoeing.
come in, grab a drink. Yeah, that's exactly it, and that's a message from upstairs, yeah? We just got to be a bit more urgent, like when they kick off, and on our exits, okay, don't just assume we're kicking, we've got to work to get to that.
That's scrappy from Brisbane City.
Yeah, disappointing delivery there.
Okay.
Throw was low. Scotty Higginbotham threw it low and blown an opportunity just inside the Spirits half. Interesting to see Carmichael Hunt giving some valid directions out there to the team. He hasn't played too much rugby, but he's a very experienced footballer, isn't he, Sean?
Indeed, he is. Comes to rugby via
Sorry, guys, I've got a sub coming for you now.
NRL and AFL. And don't forget,
Ready?
folks,
Okay.
Rugby HQ coming up hard off the back of
Mark.
our match here. Our opening game of the NRC. We'll roll straight on through Nick McCardle and the gang. Phil Kearns. Greg Martin standing by back in Sydney at Fox Sports Studios, ready to just keep your Thursday night rugby fix coming.
Kearns,
Thick and fast.
he'd be loving this, Kearns, in the up-front battle tonight.
Set.
Been a ding-dong battle.
Ding dong.
Steady.
Hope you're doing well there, Phil. Enjoying the coverage.
Oh, man. Work yourself off the mark.
There it is, straight off the back, Rugby HQ. Talk Wallabies World Cup squad selections. Talk a little bit about the Ballymore Kid initiative that the QRU are running. Halsey, we were up here on Tuesday, and isn't that a great idea? Tell us about that.
The Queensland Reds have announced that one player from either of the Brisbane City or Queensland Country will get a contract with the Queensland Reds for 2016. So plenty of motivation, if there wasn't already enough, for anyone in either of two Queensland sides. Great initiative, and the Reds do a very good job of managing both sides here in Queensland.
Frisbee across to McIntyre. How much is left in the tank for these two teams? They crash it midfield. Karevi palms off Lacey, and now he gets reinforcements, and they pin the red centre on the deck, onto the field, and into the action comes Marcus Vanzatti. Oh, that's high and late. It looked accidental. It did look accidental. Karevi just hung a giant forearm of his out. Now the kick comes from the Spirit down to Gibbon. Gibbon will kick to touch. And it'll be a Spirit line-out throw. We're just going to check out that bit of play from earlier.
Fair play report.
So Karevi through onto Mike Teller. Well, no real difference there to one of the high shots we saw on Samu Karevi in that first half.
So late tackle against 12 goals.
Harper.
Marks about.
Daly Harper.
Okay. Liam.
Just lazy, really, from Samu Karevi. Didn't need to do it. I think you'll find he'll cop a penalty here.
It's a late hit over here against 12 goals, so the penalty's going to be about here, 15 metres in. Yeah. 12 goal, late tackle.
And as you mentioned, Rod, Brisbane City opted to kick a little bit more than they did in the first half.
Did you see Damo? Thanks.
Yeah, the game of rugby's always about balance. Kick, run,
Late hit.
catch, pass, occasional scrum. It's about balance, and both teams have used the ball well. I feel like the Perth Spirit have probably tactically got the balance right a bit better. They've stayed in the game, not with as many quality players perhaps on the field, certainly not as many Wallabies, not as many guys who've played Super Rugby either. There were 13 of the 15 at the start for Brisbane City. But Spirit have played really well. They've kept their tactics pretty simple, and their execution has been good so far.
Advantage, knock on goal.
Griff Tupou came through and wrapped up Ryan Lawrence.
He always managed to break a couple of tackles, Chris Alcock.
And Gill loitering around in there. And forces a penalty. In game, as Rod Kafer mentioned earlier, when Liam Gill gets his mitts on the ball at the breakdown.
Not releasing White.
Yeah, it's good positional play here from Gill. Just understanding, and Karevi did a good job as well, just adding some ballast to that ruck. Now there's an opportunity as Brisbane City coming to the line. Had Gill at the front, Higginbotham in the middle.
Thomas. McIntyre. Dummy in there is Henry Taufu, formerly with the Greater Sydney Rams. Comes north for a bit more game time. Higginbotham.
Hughes.
Ready. Vanzati. Out of pops for Frisbee. Talakai dummied and then got the ball away. Frisbee couldn't get a hand on it. Now McIntyre bullets a pass to Karevi. Gets up, finds Kurandrani. Kurandrani skips past one. Now hoiks it back in field to McIntyre. McIntyre brought down 5 in from touch. Ready. Out the back to Hunt on the hard line as Griff Tupou can't hang on to it, and we will pack a scrum. So interesting runner on the field for the Brisbane City. How about this, Rod K? For that man, he shot Marcus Vanzati. Place at birth, Järvsö, Sweden. He might be the first Swedish NRC player, well, I'm guessing ever.
Mark's mate.
Well, do you remember any from last year?
No, there was no.
Right.
There were no Swedish-born players last year.
Okay,
He is Järvsö.
I think we can make that. Is that official?
Oh, it's official.
You called it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Marcus Vanzati. Reds under 20s rep out of the Toowoomba Grammar School.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
15 a run, 5 the difference. City in spirit. Cottrell peels off the back. Nowhere to go for Ryan Lawrence. Initially now Vanzati makes the tackle. That's excellent work from Andrew Reddy. Now Kurandrani. Popped it to Frisbee.
Forward.
There are cracks starting to appear, but Brisbane City can't put them away.
They found a few holes tonight either side of the ruck, and I think when the trainer came on before, I think that was one of the messages to go just around, in and around the ruck, a few pick and pop, pick and play, and it's worked well for most of tonight. They've found plenty of spaces there, just haven't managed to capitalise on the second half.
So just getting back to what we mentioned a little bit earlier, Sunday afternoon, Bond University, Queensland Country taking on the Melbourne Rising. They're playing for the Horan Little Shield. Halsey, can you explain a little bit about the Shield to us?
It's a very similar concept to the Ranfurly Shield in the ITM Cup. It's presented to the Melbourne Rising based on the fact that they were the undefeated minor premiers in the regular season last year. So they have to have it up for every challenge at a home game. They've chosen to put the first round up for a challenge, and the winner takes the challenge and they compete for it at every home game. If they win 2 consecutive games, they then go on and it's an automatic challenge. And the team who has it in the season gets their name on the shield. and it's obviously named after two of Queensland's best ever centres, Tim Horan and Jason Little, and I think Tim's going to be down there to present it to Melbourne Rising on Saturday or Sunday just before kick-off.
Well, two guys who went through together, didn't they, with the Souths Club here in Brisbane, on to Queensland, and then international level, and represented Australia with such distinction. Hello to Tim Horan, he's watching on. And to you too, Jason Little. Wonderful to have your names against that shield, which will go up for grabs Sunday afternoon.
Thanks.
At Bond University.
You know what I mean.
Get down there and have a squeeze.
When you're ready, guys.
Watch it via foxsports.com.au. Watch it live.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Cottrell pops it up to Lawrence, and now Pryor, and then Kieran Drani across to make the tackle. One fine touch, so Mike Teller finds Carmichael Hunt, goes to Kurandrani. Such good defence from the Spirit. Scoble, former Aussie 20s rep, makes the tackle. Now to Criff Tupou. Criff Tupou gets past a couple. Criff has a lovely charge and now takes play inside the 22. Numbers to the right for Brisbane City, showing, going, and then bumping into contact. There is Henry Taufu, and then it comes loose.
Option.
Criff, the big man, carrying well in the midfield. Here he goes off the left. Fend to the right, another fend to the right. Swap the ball over, fend to the left. Does really well. Frisbee sees the opportunity, ball goes wide, and Tufu just tackled in the end, bundled into touch, loses the ball. Perth Spirit get an opportunity now to clear.
Bolton. Cottrell now. Do you get a sense if City can somehow finally crack this defensive spirit, Stephen Hoyles, that they can run away with it across the last 10?
With 12 minutes to go, you think that if they do get over the line now, they'll be hard to stop. But Perth Spirit have shown, not just tonight, but all last season, that they're never beaten. Pretty resilient side.
Karevi already has one try tonight now. Offloads and trying to rein it in was Henry Taufu. He's been in the thick of it, but has,
no option,
must be said, grasped some fairly straightforward chances. Oh, that was a good pill there from Karevi.
Nice play. Samu Karevi just shifted the ball virtually all night. Defence just drifted off him for a second. Came off the outside foot. Did really well. Deserved more.
The impact of the game is pretty evident on the guys out there now. A fair bit of stretch in the calves, a bit of cramp setting in. And it has slowed down in the last 15 minutes.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Big march, and now the penalty.
Standing up, 2.
Perth Spirit front row is coming up big, working off their own line.
They just stayed down longer, Perth Spirit. As we said before, scrums tend to go a lot longer with the current laws. It's not as easy for hookers to strike under the new setup of scrum, so generally the team that can scrum longest wins. in the front row of Brisbane City stood up there. An easy decision for referee Will Houston.
Just compounding that error of Henry Taufu right on the Spirit line. Couldn't rein in the pass from Karevi, now they'll be forced to defend. Maybe, no, Frisbee. Scoops it up the loose throw. Here's Criff Tupou just muscling into the defence. Getting Criffed. Might just take off. There he is, Taufu. That's a strong carry too.
Use.
Over the top it goes to Kurandrani. Karevi looking to stamp himself on this game at the back end. Here's the Swedish-born prop, Vansati. Taufu, can he make amends? Lovely hands, Higginbotham. Across to Teller. Teller's super close. We'll now need a recycle. Frisbee, long ball to Gill. Holds his feet nicely in contact. Thomas. If anyone deserves a try tonight, it's Corey Thomas. Goes right now, left. Higginbotham blasting close.
Use.
It's Hardgraph. Now McIntyre dots it down. The try had to come. It was just a matter of who. And it is Jake McIntyre, the man who takes the 5 for Brisbane City.
Probably the first time in the second half they've gone over 5 or 6 phases. A lot of pressure, a lot of little pick and drives, but then it was the combination of Nick Frisbee and Jake McIntyre. There was an overlap, could have gone through the hands, but hit it with place and dived over.
Simple in the end. Perth Spirit just unable to exit effectively. Had an opportunity, overthrew at the line out. Frisbee capitalised on that, scooped up the ball and was the try provider for his half-back partner, Jake McIntyre.
Might have come at a cost though, Rod. It looks like Big Criff is leaving the field. Corey Thomas is limping.
The additional 3 points. Yeah, you can chalk them up. They're all good off the boot of Henry Taufu. It is a 13-point margin. Brisbane City lead Perth Spirit. 7 to run, plenty of time for the Spirit to strike back and force the issue late in this game. To go early there, competing for the ball, and Higginbotham sold it well. Big minutes tonight for Scott Higginbotham.
In the air.
Yeah, look, it's his first return to Ballymore, I suppose. He had such a successful season with the Queensland Reds, and he's still in and around that Wallaby squad that gets named tomorrow, and if he's not involved, he'll see out the NRC season and then head off to Japan.
Frisbee with an awkward-looking kick, and Spirit do well to keep it in. They're demanding that the line-out be thrown on that far side, the locals. McIntyre makes the tackle there on Hardwick. Now the long ball from Pryor. Thomas. He trails back to provide some cover for Kurandrani. Scoville.
2-0. Pass the ball.
Dinks it in behind. Back is Carmichael Hunt. And that's smart play from Carmichael Hunt.
Liam.
Oh, fuck.
Scrum 22.
Foot's out. He's out. He's out. Knock on. It's a knock on.
Apologise for some of the colourful language there.
Oh, you can't calm Bobby Boucher down, shorty on the sideline.
He's all pumped up. Bobby Boucher wants to get the headgear on and get out and get amongst it, Cave.
Yeah, of course he does. Always excitable. Lots of emotion in and around every game of rugby. Changes coming on. Some big boppers out there, Shawnee.
Yep. Welcome to the fold, Feo Fotuaika. 135 kicks. Ambles onto the park.
There's that mark. Time on.
So that'll be a feature of our coverage each week, the Waterboy camp. Great to take you into the heart of it. And we'll also have a player mic'd up each game, and we'll run that package in on Monday nights on NRC Extra Time, where
Don't keep coming backwards. Come forward.
we'll wrap up the best of the weekend's NRC action inside 30 short, snappy minutes. Halsey, I know you're pretty excited about getting into that.
I am, Sean. Excited to show the tries, the highlights from tonight and the 3 other games each week. And there's been some good tries.
Crackers to get us going. Tim Smith on the park, feeds a scrum. But his forward pack gives away the penalty.
Leave it 8. Back 10.
Feo
Yeah, Max there.
Fotuaika straight into the
And goal, feet too far back,
action.
collapsing.
We'll try here and make it interesting as Pryor kicks beautifully. He's done a great job, hasn't he, at 10 after they lost their fly half Luke Burton early on inside the first couple of minutes.
Yeah, look, they're still in the game, and I think it's a huge rap has to go to Ian Pryor. You run on at number 9, and by minute 3, you're playing 5'8", and you control the game beautifully. I think we know what Perth Spirit are going to go to here. They'll set up a drive-in more, maybe a bounce out by Hardwick.
Walton knocks on at the back. Frisbee back in the pocket.
Use!
Goes back from Smith. Frisbee happy to run, and now
9, stop!
Martella kicks it up the park. And we're going to go back for a penalty. Told not to advance. Brisbane City didn't listen to referee Will Houston. Now Lawrence taps. Pryor goes long. They've got numbers to the left. Lacey holds a pass up and then shoots it low. 2 to run. That would have made it interesting. Happy to go quick, Brisbane City here. Higginbotham. Madcap stuff from Brisbane City. They had the chance there to just take minutes off the clock via a line out. Now they'll kick to touch by Frisbee. Spirit happy to go quick. Across it comes now to Moka Thangai, who drops it just over the line.
Knock on.
Well, they've blown a couple of chances in the last 2 minutes down this corner.
Ofena Thangai. They go long to Brisbane City and they find touch.
Oh, you're happy with that, with a comfortable lead and a few minutes to play. Pump one long, roll it into touch. Now just get your line out set, defend it, give the front to the opposition, make them throw to the back, and put some pressure on at the first breakdown.
Brisbane City, that's off the boot there of Tim Smith, and now the Spirit perhaps a chance to wipe 8 off the deficit. Ofena Thangai tosses it out the back. So City now chasing the bonus point try, finish 3 tries clear, get themselves a bonus point, start the season with maximum return at Ballymore.
The Perth Spirit line out in the second half has really let them down. It was a strong point in the first game. Rory Walton was successful early. The last couple of lineouts have really put a bit of pressure on themselves.
That better, Thomas, perhaps the man of the match. It's a great run here from Tim Smith, and now Frisbee kicks ahead. Can they make the tackle here? That's a huge shot coming in from Ryan Freeney. It's good to be held skelter as the Spirit, well, they need to keep their hands on the pill if they want to get themselves a bonus point for finishing within 8 now. Taufik goes across to Karevi. Good defensive line form there from the Spirit. Over the top, that's a super pill from Samu Karevi. Now, Kurandrani jinking going this way and that. Smith goes short side initially. Now, Frisbee, big tackle, pops up again to Samu Karevi.
Backwards.
Great offloading. Carmichael Hunt. Here we go. City, they want more. Big tackle, Mathena Thungai. Feo Wharawaika. Smith. Smith darting. Smith offloading to Thomas. Needs support.
Good turnover.
The Spirit come away with it now. Now, dinking it in behind. Gill's back to field it, goes back, pops it up, and for some reason, Nicotella kicks it in a touch. And at full time here at Ballymore, it is the home team, Brisbane City 29, the Perth Spirit 16, the defending champion.